in case there's anybody out there that wants to join watching a bad player play a first-person video game, I'm looking for the funny in this game. I haven't found it. It hasn't been the same way it was in the first game. Like, it immediately hit you with the outrageous funny, in my opinion. But we shall see. But I am still enjoying the game. Because it's interesting. When is it not? Why you gotta generate shaders again? Press any key.
Ah, you picked the difficulty that puts story over combat. The person writing my dialogue thanks you for their gainful employment.
Okay. All right. I want to see. So, let me see if this guy will give me stuff to do.
Ain't so sure you want to work for this imbecile, friend. There's more menial jobs where that came from.
Do try to understand my perspective. You were so lethargic returning, I had you pre-marked as a casualty. Do you know how many forms I've had to fill out on your behalf?
Now hold on. I went into enemy territory crawling with dangerous creatures for you alone to get some dusty report. And you got the audacity to complain about paperwork?
Yeah.
If this contract weren't staying my hand, I reckon you'd be answering to it right about now.
You mean grant preferential treatment to a subpar contractor? And I suppose the bits for such procedure shall simply manifest from the ether?
And if I die or leave, how do you reckon failure to retain an enhanced soldier would look to upper management, huh?
Please pay this disgruntled employee no mind. What would she do without Auntie's hand to guide her if she were unemployed? I should think death the preferable alternative.
That's it. I'd rather be a down and outer for the rest of my life than crushed under your counterfeit leather boa boot a second longer. I quit.
Good.
It most assuredly is not good for her. This is unheard of, and I might add, you'll not be welcome with an Auntie's choice once more. We'll not take a contract shirker back into our fold.
So you say, but Auntie's choice ain't seen a trooper like me before. You'll regret counting me out. Till then, I hope you choke on your mock apple martinis. And you, I got a proposition for you. Come find me when you're done with this clown.
I figured she was
Assuredly regret it.
I figured she was a character that you recruit.
But I suppose that is no longer my concern. Troopers abandoning their contracts, blackguards like you running rampant. What is becoming of this island? I fear I may never know.
I want to shoot you in the face. Let me see if my YouTube video loaded up. Yep. Alright.
All done in there? Hope that little dust up back there didn't put you off. My contract had me caged, and I was glad to get a few licks in during the jailbreak. Got a proposition. Since I'm newly free-ranged, and you're free-ranged yourself, thinking we ought to team up. You're going places. I want to go too. If you help me fix my graft, you'll retain the services of a fully functioning enhanced soldier. Me. Don't matter what you set your mind to, together we'll be unstoppable. And in time, maybe I'll have earned myself the clout to be welcomed back in Auntie's choice. That'll be the addendum in my next business proposal. Assuming I can guarantee I'll live that long once the graft is fixed. I get it. You're skeptical. If you got more questions, go on and ask them. You'll not find me hiding anything in the fine print. Had a feeling you knew a good offer when you seen it.
Heck yeah.
Once I'm in top form, you'll be pleasantly surprised to see what I'm capable of. Just gotta find out how to get there first. Doc Tinsley worked with Graffs for some time before she came to Fairfield. Damn fine scientist. Reckon we should visit her lab at the edge of town to see if she's got ideas for us.
This much of a crowd's not likely to keep a low profile. Someone ought to head back to mind the ship.
Acknowledged.
After you.
Alright, so let's do this. Woo! Right through there. Wish it would tell you how many you have. I guess, is that the number of how many you have right there? I don't know how.
Pulverizing them suffice? No, I couldn't liquefy them. Apply heat and congeal them into kibble no beast could resist. Oh, Ethel, darling, you're a genius. Approach with less haste next time, won't you? Copernicus may be tame, but he still doesn't take kindly to being startled. Oh, Inez, you look, well, like you could use an ice bath and a cup of newly formulated trip teas. Has something happened?
Something has, all right. I ended my contract effective immediately. Now I'm free to prove myself to everyone in Auntie's choice. My way.
Well, that's wonderful news. Or is it? I admit I'm still trying to work through what contracts mean hereabouts. But you do appear to be pleased, so I shall be pleased for you. That is not common knowledge in this town. But since Inez appears to trust you, I suppose I can do the same. Before I began my new illustrious career working with our tame, scarily friends here, I was a researcher in the Enhanced Soldier Division. Oh, I was on the verge of breakthrough when they shut us down. Oh, when I think of the lives I could have reached. But in my current role, I do try to help where I can.
Where my own first aid training can't reach, Doc's got me covered. The graft knocked me on my ass for weeks when I first got it. But she nursed me back to health.
Would if I could have done more.
Despite your insinuation, there are plenty of good folk around here, but perhaps not many with Doc's particular skill set.
I understand your reservation, but I do care deeply for all my patients. Inez has attested to it, and so can Copernicus here, when he is freshly fed. Where was I? Right. I have a lead, Inez. I've identified 2 viable beasts on this island that you may be compatible with, though it may not be easy to acquire the suitable specimens. The first candidate is the skeleton crabble. It has a rare form of albinism and was last spotted on the western coast by Protectorate scientists, who, unfortunately, went missing. I happened upon an old report of theirs along with a code used to operate their machinery. If their fate is what I suspect, the code may be of use to you.
I heard rumors of the creature myself. Our skeleton sounds a good bit larger than the average Crabble. Meaner and smarter, too.
Great.
The second candidate is a Raptidon matron.
Of course it
The
is.
only one of her kind on the island, as I understand it. She was last spotted in the crags near the Vox Relay.
Deep in Protectorate territory. This matriarch sure ain't making it easy for us. She'll be more aggressive and more cunning than her smaller kin.
When you breach the matriarch's lair, you must rouse her from hibernation. I found pheromones to be quite effective. Inez, I'm certain you know a formula that may suffice.
That I do.
Excellent. It'll be a rather unpleasant wake-up call for the matriarch, so she'll be upon you in moments. I suggest your armaments be at the ready. Then the grafting part is yours. Yes, though I would recommend a careful surgical removal of the specimens, please. Now, when you acquire one or both of these parts, return here straight away, and we can begin surgery. Matriarch, I mean, law guide you both out there.
Uh-huh. Alright, let's see here. That one's closer, so we'll go to that one.
Protectorate folks must have been bored out of their skulls before we showed up. Now I think their fields are real vintage.
Didn't need to change weapons. Very surprised if I get any news. Whee!
The idea is to kill them before you die. Ready to waste it. On your command.
Oh wow, it's on the wow. Didn't realize it was that far out. Okay, that's fine.
Fastest way forward is through!
That was like the best shooting I've ever done. Which is not, doesn't happen very often. Oh, squirts. Or sprats. whatever you want to call them.
I get the sense you ain't too fond of Auntie's choice. Any reason why?
Maybe on account of them being a giant, malignant corporate entity. Reminds me of the one I grew up under. And that's a compliment.
I grew up under a corporation like Auntie's too, Niles. You ain't the only one with a similar story.
Then you might ought to know better than to throw in with Annie's. They're just like those bit-pinching bastards on Triangle. If the Earth Directorate hadn't stepped in.
Well, there you
Take them out!
Finally, we can get back to talking. Well, there you have it. The Earth Directorate saved you, huh? Sure as shit didn't save us.
No, suppose not. But you've got choices now.
See those burrows? The skeleton's nearby. And if it's as nearby as I think, it don't bode well for those scientists.
Mysterious cave. Holy crap, that's kind of interesting.
Well, you hate to be proven right. These folk have been dead a while. And that must be the machinery Doc mentioned. Over here, Commander. Huh. Seems this terminal reroutes power to speakers around the cave. They were using sound to lure the Crabbles out. Let's see here. Generator's back on. Power up that phonotron, would you? Would you? Should cause enough ruckus to make the skeleton come out and play.
Hey, what am I supposed to do? Just stand around and look pretty?
Well, if the commander's keen to share, you can press the button too. Wouldn't want you feeling left out. Ain't making it easy for us. Watch yourself.
Your insides are leaking outside, Commander.
There. He's down.
Guns locked and loaded.
That
Just get the
phonotron
signal.
was effective. Now we just need the specimen. Mind the pincers. They can be a little feisty even after death. Nice work. Mind bringing it over here so I can take a gander?
This is why you go and you search everything after the caves. Because you never know what might have been left behind. The other one is there. Huh. What a shock, we gotta go into another cave.
Halt! Don't come any closer. Oh, you're not a protector. I think the Sovereign.
Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander.
That was a close one. I think the Sovereign. Thank you for saving me. I'm waiting here for my partner. We both fled the base separately. If you see him, please send him my way. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, and please, take this with you as a token of my thanks.
This log serve as a record of the fact that Sentry's first-class Briggs and Jakes are both still loyal to the Protectorate and the Sovereign, despite their acts of desertion. The mental state of Brigadier Montelli has been rapidly degrading over the past few months, and the Vox relay station is no longer safe for even the most loyal subjects. Initially, we assumed he was simply being overly cautious.
Looks like a fight.
Increasing security beyond the standard required by the necessary evolved into lashing out seemingly random. Finally, we started punishing traitors for any infraction, real or imagined, is now seen as an act of treason and deemed grounds for immediate execution. We could no longer live under the abuse of the paradigm. This may make us traitors in the eyes of our superiors, but we will return to be judged when sanity has returned to the Vox relay station.
I guess this isn't where I need to be going. Okay. Let's try going this way. Don't think that's the right way either. Okay. Found a way to die stupidly.
Personal audio log, Sergeant Bornsworth. We've been deployed to deal with a new living weapon fielded by Auntie's forces. The previous squad was unprepared for this threat and was consequently torn asunder. Command's intel could never be so lacking as to allow this to occur. So why? They were lulling Auntie's choice into a false sense of security before launching counteroffensive teams. This will undoubtedly save far more lives than it cost. Another stroke of genius from Command. Praise the matriarch. Sergeant Bornsworth, signing off.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, so those use the same ammo. Short rounds. This uses shells. So those don't use shells. I received a video from my ex-wife. Oh God. Let's see here. I only have 35 of those, so I don't want to really use those.
Message for you, sir. Message for you, sir.
This weapon does really well. When it hits, that is. Raptidon Den discovered. Sprat.
Raptidons are ever malleable. Eden doesn't want them around.
I wonder, it's getting to be too bright. Hard to see my screen.
They don't belong here. They sure carved out a place for themselves. I can respect that.
For the line, Commander.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Keep howling. We're coming for you.
Like somebody was able to camp out here for a while. There's definitely a lot more detail than I remember in the first game.
Armed and ready. Yep. Matriarch's here, all right. Let's put our heads together. See these half-eaten remains? They're a sign. Matriarchs lose their appetite when they're on the verge of going into a state of torpor. She'll have retreated into hiding to conserve her energy. But I got one way to get her attention. You know how Doc mentioned pheromones? Well, it just so happened that I procured some Raptidon glandular extract in my travels. Should do the trick. A matriarch with 3 full stomachs ain't coming out of hibernation unless she senses a threat to her authority. She hates rivals. All right, let's do this. Time to earn my commission. Phew. Wish that's the limb. Bring it here, would ya?
Oh, dang, there's a bunch of these things I found all over the place.
This drainage pipe must be coming right from the box relay. They're lucky the Raps ain't chewed their way through yet.
Huh, there's a way in. Alright, let's go turn this in.
Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice?
Sometimes I get the feeling we're not welcome here. Like the Protectors folks resent us deliberately.
People think I got ejected from the saloon because I'm 3 sheets to the wind. Well, maybe I am. I swear, I almost had it this time. Everything all lined up. Easy mark, guaranteed moneymaker, favorable terms. Practically the recipe for success. Look like you've had your share of troubles. Ever had the perfect opportunity just slip through your fingers? So you can understand my situation then. I had just the thing to get me a fast-track promotion to lower middle management. Now you seem like someone who knows a good deal and wouldn't be adverse to helping me out. It's like this. I agreed to meet with a business associate to finalize a deal, but the location got set for Spire Grove. Problem is, you been outside of Fairfield? The funicular to Spire Grove broke recently, so I got no way to get up there. I'd break my neck scaling that cliff for sure. There's a long way around, but it's not for me. Why, the path there might be lousy with raptidons for all I know. Wasn't before, but mayhaps they were just lulling me into a false sense of complacency so they can strike. Not particularly. Already have plenty of nightmares about them critters. Just thinking about them scrambles my gray matter. I can't imagine setting foot in Spire Grove, even though it might mean losing a chance to acquire the prize of a lifetime. You see, my partner there unearthed an unexploited protectorate technology. Wouldn't go into details, but promised it'd revolutionize the daily life of Auntie's Choice citizens. Got want to bargain none? Might suspicious, you ask me. Like maybe I ought to end this here conversation. Commerce is our way. The exchange of products and services allow for straightforward, comprehensible motivation. So let's just stick to that, shall we? I have a few bits I can offer you. Not much, but if it turns out a roaring success like it ought to, and I get a fat promotion, I promise I'll see you're taken care of later. Splendid! Go parlay with Jackson Plum up at Spire Grove. It's some kind of agricultural harvesting encampment southwest of here, near a mess of them rocky spires. He'll provide the agreed-upon schematics. The broke-down funicular is due west of here. Dexterous-looking so-and-so like yourself could probably scarp her up it in a jiffy. From there, it's just up the hill a smidge. So close, but so far away. At least for me, anyhow. All right, then. Don't let me keep you.
Back again. I hope the hunting has gone well. Certainly, if you've procured the right materials. I've been fine-tuning the procedure in the meantime. I do believe it'll be as smooth as Crabble butter.
I'm gonna assume Crabble butter's especially smooth, because I'm ready to feel like myself again. The material we harvested from the skeleton Crabble could allow me to fire off scalding shell shards. They'd pierce through armor easily, I imagine. And the part from the Raptidon matriarch should let me camouflage myself at will, like other Raps can. I'd be able to close the distance and heal you up without the enemy noticing. I believe either option would suit me fine. Care to share your thoughts? Then I will. And you know what? This makes me the first of Auntie's soldiers to graft with the skeleton's claw. I rather like the thought of being a pioneer. If you don't mind, I'll go ahead and take this spare part off your hands for my own research.
Oh, the skeleton Crabble will be a splendid match for you, Inez. Go on now. Get sorted while I get this machine up and running. Mind the Raptidon drool on the table. No need to be nervous. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now that is genius. I have just what we need. Let's see. A bit of medicinal extract in here. Mix that up with the inhaler. And here we are. Breathe deeply, dear. This should put your mind at ease.
Is this spearmint flavored? Why, Doc Tinsley, you think of everything.
Enough distractions, please. I need the utmost focus for my work. This is beautiful work. My best yet. How does the limb feel, Inez? Any numbness? Pain?
Yeah, both. Body's not accustomed to the presence of another limb. Feels like I've got an extra passenger in my nervous system. But it certainly beats feeling like I'm bleeding on the inside. Or fighting the urge to feast on raw human flesh. Like last time.
Well, I'll certainly be having words with that surgeon, leaving you in a state like that. Now, you come back straight away if anything bothers you.
Will do, Doc. I thank you. And you, Commander. Without your help, I don't know what I might have done. Whatever you need going forward, I'm there. You got my word.
Not everyone's cut out for life in an anti-camp.
So there's a way around, so I'll go around.
No, Jackson, don't! Don't fret. With these boots, I can fly! Help! Are you breathing? Say something!
It wasn't a sudden stop at the end.
I can't believe he jumped that way.
Sir, I know this isn't the time, but are they gonna put us to the gallows for this?
What? No. That ain't how we operate in Auntie's Choice, Liza. We might be looking at a pretty fierce demotion for losing half our workforce and getting stuck up here, though.
Demotion to fertilizer?
No. Now cease your jawing. This ain't the time. Hey, you! You down there! Would you mind checking on our fellow? Might he have survived the fall? draws an end to both our hopes for those boots and our association with poor Jackson. He thought those boots would make him fly, but they really just allow the user to jump repeatedly. Unless their downward velocity is too great. If so, well, you see what happens. Not nearly as upset as we are. We've been stuck atop this machine since Ida, one of our new Protectorate acquisitions, had her gray matter scrambled by the height, jumped down, and landed right in its gears. I can't fathom no sensible motive. She joined us shortly after Auntie liberated her with the freedom of meritocracy. She seemed happy enough.
Were you not listening? She said she'd always be a loyal subject. It was part of the endless inculcation we endured in the Protectorate. It can prove insurmountable for some.
The notion that she'd sacrifice herself, even after seeing the vast possibilities in staying alive and climbing the corporate ladder, it's just impossible to cognize. There ain't no way off this platform besides jumping. You've seen how that ends. But you being down there makes you uniquely qualified to help us. The reason Jackson tried using those plasma thruster boots was to gather a piece of machinery we'd spotted on a little table halfway up the spire.
It's a drive overloader. If we install it, we can push the platform's arm hard enough to... well, to grind old Ida out of the gears.
Though the power of that overloader will deluge the system and, well, overload the drive and burn it out all permanent-like. But desperate times and all that.
So if you were to use them boots to bound up the spire and deliver the overloader to us, we'd avoid the tragic fate of our two former cohorts.
Exactly! Because he had no idea how science works and thought the word thrusters meant he could fly. So when I told him to jump, he opted for open air instead of where I told him to go. They're experimental. We've not laid eyes on them before, but the data we found with them says they were actually designed to let people hop their way up the spire. If you activate the plasma thrusters when you're already airbound, they could give you a fair bit of extra boost. It should let you turn a quick hop into a surprisingly grand vault. What? But that doesn't make any... Look, are you gonna help us or not?
Thank the Sovereign. Thank you, stranger. We are eagerly anticipating a long life, utterly absent of starvation.
I think it's more of that.
it? It was that easy?
Cool. Cool.
Oh, thank the law. I never thought of myself as a vertiginous sort, but being trapped 100 meters in the air will make you reconsider.
I mirror that sentiment, to be certain. In fact, Auntie will have to pay me triple if heights are to be involved. And isn't it grand to be in a system that allows me that freedom?
What do you mean? You're already getting our urgently improvised extortive rate. Oh, that. Of course that's why you deserve extra. Apologies for forgetting. I was overcome with relief. Here's what I would have paid already, with a little extra on top.
All right, let's see if we've gotten anything that's worthwhile. Oh, 79 versus... Okay. Armor. Helmets. Got lots of food. Gadget energy. I don't care. So there was a way up, and I just took the long way. Oh well. Let's see here.
You can't spell heinous aesthetic without Auntie's choice.
A lot of fresh blood in the talent pool around here with these protect.
I've been gone a while. How'd it go? Tell me you got good news. Why, that's terrible. But you said you have the schematics? I'll take those. What? Sovereign's finest potato corollary pure? This was supposed to be a guaranteed bestseller. Who in their right mind would... Jackson, you idiot! Ah! It's a good thing he's dead, because if he wasn't, I'd kill him! There's no... damn it! Never getting that promotion.
This was supposed to be my easy path to a promotion. Must be something I can do to salvage this. Tell me, did you come across any other advanced protectorate technology while you were there? Anything more, well, easily marketable? Personal thrusters? No one would ever want such preposterous things. I'd be laughed out of recreant reclamation. Imagine jumping about like a sprog. Ridiculous. Well, here's all I can spare in regards to your compensation. Try not to spend it all in one place. It's supposed to be categorically bad for commerce. In the unlikely event things somehow pan out and I get that big promotion, I'll see you're taken care of. Until then, take care.
Probably want to start breaking them down at this point. This money's not hard to find. See, it won't let me break those down. So I'll sell those. These are all schematics to make guns or weapons and whatnot. See here. It involves me going inside, so I'm onto this.
My cover story has worked. I am safely ensconced at the Vox station, assigned to the lowly Information Input and Retrieval Department. Seems a colony so certain of its absolute control over its subjects can be less than rigorous when it comes to security. I was able to easily widen out a space behind the walls of the main control room to establish my safe room. giving me unfettered access to the communication transfer conduits. I have hacked into their system downstream from the security protocols, so I am able to infiltrate their entire system with them being none the wiser. While I have little doubt as to the success of our mission, trepidation still gnaws at me, though I cannot say why. Perhaps it is simply the normal mission commencement jitters. I thought my duties complete. Information gathered, reports filed, preparations made. I'd even created a fictitious identity and work transfer to Horizon Point Station well ahead of schedule, in order to keep anyone from tracking my movements upon commencing the mission. All that was left was the waiting. Or so I thought. Then, troubling information came to light. I've seen the numbers. I've seen the equations. While I don't understand all of it, I understand enough to know it is the truth. And I am the only one in a position to act upon it. Though it means the betrayal of my team and the duty I swore to uphold. But can I? My cover story has worked. I am safely ensconced at the Vox station, assigned to the lowly Information Input and Retrieval Department. Seems a colony so certain of its absolute control over it. I was able to eat. I have hacked into. Well, I have. I did it. They are all dead. And I am still alive. I had not expected this. I had prepared no alibi, and so felt assured my ruse would be discovered and I'd not have to carry this burden. But the complete gullibility of the Protectorate subjects cannot be underestimated, it seems. My threadbare excuse of my grievous wounds as pitchball injuries was accepted without question. I can only keep telling myself it had to be done. Something which becomes harder by the day as the rift anomaly grows in the sky. But it was all part of the plan. Wasn't it?
I can't believe this. Void me if I understand any of this. DeVries sold us out for what? Because of a few equations? Some dots and lines on a graph? Good fucking law. I mean, she wasn't a damn scientician. She said it herself. She didn't understand all of it, the math. So what was she thinking? No. No. You didn't know her. Not like I did. Like I thought I did. Damn it! I never wanted to talk about this. I wanted to just leave it alone. Told myself, no point in dredging up the past. Should have known it wouldn't rest. DeVries may have saved me on Triangular, but I wasn't the only one looked up to her. Lots of the other recruits talked about her too, back at the academy. We all thought she was the pinnacle of what an agent should be. Tough, smart, ain't a job she couldn't get done. And better and faster than everyone else. Inspired all of us. Reckon so. Somewhat embarrassing how much worship we all put on her name. You put a tool in my hand, I would have built monuments to her. Figured my own career could be just that. Doing for others what she'd done for me. Never imagined I'd actually get to work with her. Me, some nobody from Triangular. And then she betrayed us. Tried telling myself it was an accident, but now we've got the cold, hard proof it wasn't. Law only knows why she trusted the Order's numbers. The Order of the Ascent is just another sect of the Order of Scientific Inquiry. The Grand Plan and all that used to be part of the Protectorate before their big falling out. Believe they can predict the future or some such, but nice plan-abiding folks don't kill for the betterment of their cause. I can't believe the Order plotted our murder. But 10 years ago, I would have said the same about DeVries. I mean, she always struck me as so pragmatic, real sensible-like. Never figured she'd go all in on predictions from a bunch of monks. Used to think they were good people trying to do right by their beliefs. But if they put the idea in DeVries' head to leave us for dead, it might be time I reassess that opinion. I don't take issue with folks clinging to whatever keeps them afloat. Math, science, the grand architect, void, even capital. I know how most colonies run. But when those beliefs start to require hurting others, even killing them, that's worth questioning their virtue. Didn't even know DeVries was alive until she brought the satellite down. Until then, what kept me going was mostly training and stubbornness. And Val. But to your point, holding someone who's wronged you accountable for their actions ain't an act of vengeance. Some might call it justice. Can't imagine a sweeter dream than putting DeVries in the ground. Right after we get answers, of course. Whatever her plans, she started putting them in place while stationed undercover at the Vox Relay. Our next point of order ought to be getting them there.
I bet you I can get in through this. But first, let me do that. Wait. Okay, there's that. That's close by.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Closed.
You're gonna be closed, but I'm gonna steal everything from your place.
Did you not hear me? This place is closed. No learning today about how everything happens according to the obscure calculus of an indecipherable plan. Why are you asking? Who are you?
The people she tried to kill.
By the architect. I had no idea. I wish I could say it was unbelievable. I was afraid she was becoming a danger to herself and to others. But this is horrifying.
Yeah, imagine how we feel. Why don't you tell us where she is so we can make sure she ain't being a danger to herself or others?
And how are you going to do that?
That ain't something you ought to be concerning yourself about.
If you think I'm going to help you do what I think you're talking about, you are deluded.
I may be deluded, but you're lucky you ain't dead. Seeing how she seems partial to using her friends as victims.
Does she? It occurs to me that you have provided no proof of what you're accusing her of.
Why don't you take a long look at me? This is all because she betrayed us. Her team, her friends, even the one whose life she saved in Triangulum.
By the architect. You're Niles, aren't you? She mentioned you a few times, but refused to elaborate. All I knew was that she was fond of you, and that you were dead.
She was fond of me? Then why? Why would she try to kill me?
I can't say, but it may be one of the things she anguished over. An anguish I fear finally overwhelmed her, and could likely be what's driven her to her present course of action. I wish I knew. It's nothing good, I can tell you that. I haven't seen her since before the corporatists invaded the island. I'm afraid she's going to do something terrible, but I just don't know what. Maybe none of this would have happened had I not introduced her to Victor. How did... You saw her terminal, didn't you? Victor's an Order archivist. We were all friends for a time. But then, shortly before the schism, they started talking to some others inside the Order. That's when things became tense. I started to become uneasy, scared, really. She kept getting angrier with the Order the more she worked with Victor and her other contacts. On top of everything else, it became just too much for me. Among other things, for some reason she was obsessed with the cliffhanger ending of Chapter 6. It was the one where capitalist fanatics brought complete destruction upon Arcadia, but you know how it works. It was somehow miraculously saved at the beginning of the next chapter. Didn't matter to DeVries, though. She just kept going over it and over it. Would have talked to a Crabble about it if there was no one else to listen. That and the invasion itself set her mind to dark things. I begged her not to go down that road again. She was so agitated when I first met her. Must have been 7, going on 8 years ago now. She never slept, didn't talk to anyone if she could avoid it. After we became friends, she began to change. Still bothered her from time to time, but I thought it mostly behind her. I couldn't watch her go back to how she'd been. Or worse. No. But it had to be someone's fault, right? The Protectorate couldn't possibly have failed to safeguard the colony. Then they had to answer the accusations the Order leveled at them. I know I've no right to ask this of you, but when you find her, please remind her of who she used to be. She's unwell, but I know there's still hope for her. Beyond doing the right thing? I don't know. I have nothing to offer. Except... I'm not sure if this will help you, but she did use the same code for everything. 15-778. I even used it to search her safe after she left Fairfield.
That sounds like it could be her agent identification code, Commander.
She said it had some meaning from her previous life. I'd hoped she'd left something for me, but the safe was empty. That's all I can ask.
Hey, level 8. So engineering seems to be a common thing. Let me get a perk. Ooh. Easily distracted. Your skills are erratic, to say the least, but Jack of all trades is oftentimes better than a master of one. You can raise more skills faster, though it'll be harder to ever maximize your when leveling. You can only add skill points into your lowest non-zero skill or any skill you have no points in already. Let's go ahead and go with that one. Does that mean I have a bunch of skills? No. So that means it has to go into here. Oh shit, it's gonna have to go into there. Damn it. Oh well. Alright, so let's see here. Oh hey! There's a lamp! I didn't know that! I'm an idiot. And then it tells me right there, toggle the flashlight. Freaking jerks.
Prisoner 3498939. There is no place for you in the paradigm. You are hereby sentenced to...
I was sure that was the end of me. Thank you for saving me. I wish I could return your kindness in some capacity, but I left everything behind when I fled.
Though you're most welcome to my old Protectorate equipment on that ledge. I won't require any of it from here on out. That part of my life is behind me for good, it seems.
The commander of the base to the east, Brigadier Montelli, has gone mad. He's executing loyal subjects as traitors on a whim, without even a mention of refreshment. He claims his actions are in the name of the Sovereign, but nothing he does is in alignment with the paradigm. He's obviously ill and needs to be removed. My partner and I are loyal subjects of the Protectorate, but we were forced to flee after pointing out the obvious. Is everyone so oblivious that they can't see what is going on? Unfortunately so. Although this must be the first time. It's only temporary, though. I know the Sovereign will soon put it right. I was to meet my partner in a cave to the northwest of here. We were going to hide until the current Montelli crisis has been resolved. I fled Montelli, but I'm still loyal. Once I stop shaking, I'll continue on my way. Thank you again, stranger. I owe you my life.
This ship would have departed by now.
It's a
Exiting to cover.
Too much. Protocol.
back again.
You again. I heard fighting. What's going on?
We're not Protectorate. We're your ticket out of this hot box. Esculepe sent us.
Esculepe? Zeb sent you? Wait, you're Niles, aren't you? Count on Zeb to go as far as raising the dead to help. But it's too late. I gather you haven't noticed the bodies in the pen here.
The others don't look like they suffered easy deaths. What happened?
Montelli, damn him! He executed March and Pharaoh outright, ranting about traitors. Then the Consul Sentinel arrived to conduct a preliminary interrogation. She tortured us for information. The others didn't survive her enthusiasm for the work. I'm only here because the Consul wants someone brought back to him, alive. Lucky me. Thanks. Can't take all the credit, though. The Sentinel seemed spent by the time she got to me. Wore herself out on the others, I guess. Quick, though. Before I forget or we're interrupted, I memorized the cipher. It's O2519W. Should help Zeb decode the intelligence we sent him a whole lot faster. Please don't think me ungrateful for your efforts, but I'm not going anywhere.
If you're too hurt to walk, I'm sure the commander and I could...
No, it's not that. I need the Sentinel to take me onto that transport. I want her to think she's won. And then, just as we leave orbit, I'm going to blow her pretty ship to pieces.
That might just be the most ruthless bait and switch I ever heard. Your friends ought to be proud.
Thanks. Funny what ideas come into your head after losing a molar. I'm no martyr. If there was another way to protect Zebulon and our cell, I'd take it. But if I escape, the Protectorate will pursue me, and everyone I care about will be in danger. I'll make it look like an accident. Mechanical failure. When I was being tortured, I saw some frayed wires near the fuel system. With the right spark, I think I can ignite it.
I have my doubts. Even if she managed to spark a few wires, that ship's bound to have a fire suppression system. It would kick in if there was any real ignition.
What do you propose, then?
Not blowing yourself up, for starters.
You know how relentless the Protectorate is. But if I die, that's the end of it. The Consul will turn his attention elsewhere, and our cause can continue in the shadows. Please, if you can help me sabotage the transport, then help me. We don't have much time.
Might be I could sabotage the transport from the outside. Make it look like negligent maintenance. What do you think, Commander?
The others paid with their blood to protect the cause. How can I be unwilling to do the same? All right. I'm going to trust you on this, if only because I don't feel my head screwed on quite right at the moment. I just hope you're not wrong. No point in remaining here then, is there? Especially since you've already gone to the trouble of unlocking the gate. Tell Zeb I'll rendezvous with him later, somewhere safe. One last request. Don't damage the transport. A lone escapee is already insult, but a sentinel killed, her transport destroyed. The Protectorate won't ignore such outright injury. Anyway, thank you again. Look after yourselves.
I know what Audra said, but what if she's wrong? I can't help thinking we shouldn't leave without bloodying the Protectorate's nose first. I could still go through with our plan from before. Sabotage the transport, make it look like an accident. Wouldn't be hard. I'm torn. On the one hand, Audra might be right. But when else are we gonna have a chance to take out one of the Consul's lackeys and a Protectorate vessel in one go?
Nah, fuck him.
Thank you, Commander. Stay put. Shouldn't take me too long. Done. Won't go into the particulars, but you can trust that ship will blow the moment it hits orbit. Let's get back to Zeb. He still needs a cipher, and he'll want to hear about what happened with Audra.
First, I want to take everything off the dead people. Yeah, I don't do the sneaky sneaky. I do the killy killy. Alright, so now I need to go back to this guy.
You've returned, but where are the others? Hold a moment. What's that in the sky? A Protectorate transport? What in the blazes was that? What of my team? That wasn't the vessel sent for them, was it? Tell me they were not on board.
A sentinel worked them over bad. Only Audra was still alive when we got there, and she was ready to blow herself up to take out that ship. Luckily, we found another way.
Damn the Protectorate. At least you were able to get through to Audra, and still find a way to avenge our fallen comrades. And what of the cipher? Thank you. I was beginning to fear I'd have to decipher this intelligence the hard way. Perhaps I was mistaken about your commitment to making amends, Niles. Thank you for being true.
Can't fault you for having doubts. But I have changed. I am changing.
I hope you'll both forgive me my earlier disposition. I'm not normally so surly. I'm pleased Niles has found such a supportive friend and ally. That's a rare thing in this colony. I haven't much to reward you with, but take this. It's something I had started on for Niles long ago. Hopefully it fits. This information came at a steep price, but I'll put it to good use. Expect to hear from me should our cause require further assistance from the Earth Directorate's best.
At a workbench, you can use this to apply upgrade mods to your companions' weapons and armor. These mods increase the damage and armor values of their equipment respectively as well as each companion has a basic and an advanced kit that must be found. The latter granting the access to more powerful mods. Alright, so that's the only one that's left, so we're on to this. Alright. It's the only quest I have left, and I know where there's a way to end.
I stay, damned if I go. Can I remain unsullied under the command of a ramp? Oh, hello there. You seem to have caught me at a most inopportune time. Was just, patrolling the sewers, monitoring for suspicious activity. Now, I must kindly ask that you vacate the vicinity. Your presence here is proving distracting, to put it mildly. Only patrolling one of the most vulnerable parts of the station? Yes, that's it. Very specialized work. Discreet, confidential. You'd never comprehend the value of this task. The what? Words the wise. A protectorate station is hardly the place to be making light of one's affiliations. Brigadier Montelli would be ecstatic to hear you spout such humorous quips. You'd be labeled a heretic. But I'm sure he'd chuckle as you swung from the gallows. Forgive my unease. I thought Montelli sent you to see to my execution, or some other absurdity. I don't know what's going on here. The station's changed. It's become a damn charnel house, stained with the blood of my brothers and sisters. I don't know what to do. I just don't wish to die. I can't... That'd be a fine idea. If only there weren't a group of starving raptidons that saw fit to make a den so close to the grate. I can? Oh. I suppose I'm now off to a world filled with uncertainty. Savage wildlife. And miscreants always on your heels. Here. This key card should unlock a storage cache up above. It has some supplies in it that'll likely do you more good than they have me.
Sweet. I guess she wants chat.
I feel strange. In a good way. Auntie's documentation doesn't describe the side effects of grafting with a Crabble, but so far, not hearing complaints from me. I'd say this officially puts me back in full fighting form. If you ever thought I might slow you down, you can give those fears a kiss goodnight. Good. I can't rightly take a look without contorting myself in front of a mirror, so it's a comfort to have someone with a keen eye taking notice. I got a good feeling about this partnership of ours. Just want to reiterate that I'll make good on my end of the deal. I plan on proving my worth to you and to Auntie, no matter what it takes. I expect we're going to have quite the adventure together. I appreciate you hearing me out. We should move on. Look, if the Protectorate are massacring their own soldiers, it ain't our business. Let's just get what we came for and get out of here.
Come, quickly. We must all bear witness.
Such an idiot.
More loyal subjects executed. And valued technicians, no less. I cannot see how reducing our own manpower guides us down a path to victory. Wait. I recognize you from Horizon Point. Yes, just outside the skip labs before the incident. I lowered the bridge in exchange for your help. But you didn't. Help me, that is. You must have been the cause of everything that happened that day. And to think I could have stopped you. Perhaps I would have, if I'd not been so vexed over mere demerits. No, I was only trying to be an ideal subject, without fault. I held a proverbial handout to you, and
You bloodied it. You made me complicit in your crimes. What happened to Horizon Point? The Sovereign's family. Oh, Matriarch, eliminating you may not amend my mistakes, but at the very least it will prevent any more of your treachery, and hopefully silence you from speaking of mine. Executing a potential enemy of the Protectorate? I rather think I'm obliged. I hope you're watching, Montelli. What I do now, I do for the Protectorate.
Hell of a scene to greet you at the start of your workday. Bet it keeps folk completely in line.
Did you hear Montelli lock the thrusters? I heard nothing.
Ought to keep moving, Commander.
God, he just keeps on just killing people over and over and over again.
What now? Ah, an intruder. Of course. I was warned the Paradigm would test me, and here you have arrived. Yes. Dispatching you may yet grant me the opportunity to show my unimpeachable quality.
This piece of work's been on a murder spree and has the nerve to call himself unimpeachable. Let's tread lightly. Don't want to stir up more of his crazy.
Seen this before. All that pressure from trying to live perfect. Some subjects pop a lid. We should mind what we say unless we want this conversation to be real short.
And you have the gall to bring an invader herself into my station? Remarkable daring or foolish bravado, to be sure. Come then, infiltrator, test me. Perform your part in this grand drama, but be forewarned. I am not easily made prey. A fine show indeed. But the only villain I see here is you, interloper. Tell me, does it ease your conscience to imagine me as some foaming mongrel? A raving bedlamite baying for blood? Oh yes, I've heard the rumors. Montelli's turned cruel. Montelli's lost his wits. Montelli's going to string us all up and watch our skeletons dance. So much breath wasted on nervous scuttle. I'm killing traitors, seditionists. I am purging our prized garden of chokeweed and all manner of slithering things. My methods may seem callous, but a swift response to treason is necessary to prevent this crisis from worsening. Auntie's choice. Bah! The invaders are vacuous opportunists dead from the collar up. They would not have found purchase here if not for the festering rot already in our soil.
Festering rot. Hell of a way to speak of your own forces, Brigadier.
Or perhaps your Auntie's choice simply lacks the standards to separate out mediocrity. Nevertheless, I am not afraid to speak what's true. Our great protectorate has lost its way. Years of comfort and plenty without stricter enforcement have softened us, made us weak, undisciplined. If only the Sovereign heeded his consul's wisdom, he could restore the protectorate's honor, instead of shaming his forebears by leaving such a grave task to others like myself. My vision was once as clouded as yours, but I see through the vapor and miasma now, to the truth of what must be done to render our mightiness anew. But now we have bandied enough words. Your time has come, Infiltrator. Any final sentiment you wish to impart to the Aether? Thus comes arrogance, herald of the fall. For crimes against our perfect sovereignty and conspiracy to commit the same, I hereby sentence you to death.
I want your gun. Oh, there is another guy. Well, let's see here. So I saw something. I mean, I've got a lot of that. But it only does 35 damage. What do you say about yourself now, motherfucker? I killed you.
This is the control room. Bet you last month's earnings that DeVries left her mark here.
That's great. Let me loot everything first. There's a whole lot. You'd figure there'd be more after a boss fight.
Ought to keep moving, Commander.
We should keep moving, Commander. All right, but we best do this quick.
He's a portable workbench.
Hey, Commander. Ain't that the symbol for Earth Directorate Special Operations? Must have been left by the three. Freaks.
I don't know who you are or how you access my private terminal, but it won't do for prying eyes to have evidence of my activities. I've triggered the Vox Relay fail-safe ejection routine. But worry not. After launching, the station will take several minutes to achieve its pre-programmed self-destruct altitude, so you'll have plenty of time to enjoy the ride before your death.
Okay.
We gotta do something. If the Vox crashes into Fairfield, it'll kill a whole lot of my people and innocent civilians. Use the control panel. Do the right thing. It's a relief to hear you say so. Go on then, Commander. We're short on time as it is. Ain't no time to conversate. Let's move.
Cutting it close here.
Some disruptor!
Ah, there you are. I was expecting you 4 minutes and 27 seconds ago. But never mind that. I have a missive for you. Highest priority. Recipient's eyes only. All I can tell you is that it is from Arcadia's most judicious custodians, the Order of the Ascendant. I am not privy to any information beyond that. Oh, they did also say it was important. I was tasked 6 months ago to deliver it to whomever ship was at this landing pad at this exact time. Well, 4 minutes ago, like I said. All other questions may be answered by viewing the missive, I expect. Farewell, and as they say, may all your endeavors come to fruition.
Yeah, fuck off, bot.
Time to watch whatever it was the messenger had for us.
Presiding Bishop of the Order of the Ascendant. At this time, I can only presume you think us your enemy, directly responsible for your colleague Augustine DeVries' actions way back on Horizon Point. I assure you, we were not. A splinter group was behind that heresy. The collective of scientists and scholars I lead are committed to elevating humanity by pursuing a greater understanding of reality. I believe our goals are not incompatible. We both oppose the Protectorate, and we both wish to preserve Arcadia from ruin. We can help each other. I entreat you to speak with Abbot Newell. He can be found in Golden Ridge at Matriarch's Mercy. He will aid you in your mission, and hopefully, you will see fit to aid us in ours. Nav key coordinates to the Golden Ridge landing pad on Dorado are embedded in this message. Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you.
Reckon we've got our work cut out for us. Let's head to Golden Ridge.
Commander, the nav key coordinates supplied by the presiding bishop of the Order have been verified. Landing in Golden Ridge is now possible. Additionally, we are also able to land in Free Market Station due to the Astrogator's progress with the updates necessitated by its rebuild. Golden Ridge is located on Dorado. It is home to the Alexandra Monastery and Matriarch's Mercy, as well as previously being a center for mining Zeranium. The Protectorate abandoned it soon after the invasion, leaving Auntie's Choice and the Order of the Ascendant to fight for control of the area and its resources. Free Market Station is an independent marketplace, the only one in the system. It is called such as it was built out of a crashed Auntie's Choice freighter by that name. Agent Ibarra prioritized your recovery above pursuing Agent DeVries. This involved disassembling and rebuilding the Astrogator to allow the Incognito to travel to your location. As the rebuilding process progresses, old nav keys may be unlocked. Unfortunately, most of them are likely not recoverable.
What's going on? Okay, that's great. Don't care about him. Finally got off the first planet. Jesus, that took forever. Well, that sucks.
Statue big enough.
Okay then.
Whoa. Didn't realize we were done so close to the action.
Got bases down there. If one of them got hit, then that strike will be the first of many.
This station's sure going to scrap since last I saw. Don't think we'll be hitching a ride anywhere quick.
Folk were hunkered down here. Wonder how long they held out before. Well, best not to think about it.
Day 206. Morale? Low. Condition? Feeble. Dr. Mech. Watching. Always watching. Many have left for Matriarch's mercy, seeking refuge with the Order. Can't they see the Order is no different from the Protectorate?
We got an appointment to keep at Matriarch's Mercy. Let's just hope we don't get shelled too.
Passengers. Further conduct violations may warrant notification of the Sentinels.
Try it, tottering rattletrap. Such threats compel me not. I now answer to no one. I've seen through the lies of both sides.
Somebody help us! Anybody, please!
Limited optimism may be a sign of a more serious.
Finally, some help. We desperately need aid. Desperately. My family and I, we making our way to the Mercy camp for us refugees. We were set upon. My wife, my son were injured. Can't move them by myself. I had to leave them just past this tunnel so as I could go for help. But being alone is even more riskier. The Varachnids. I chased them off, but they'll be back. Please help us. Ain't nothing I can do for them, but you got weapon and medicines and can get us to the camp. Please. I don't... Vary, by my guess. She was bit on the thigh, high, like, can see bone. Or maybe white means infected. She's screaming all the time when she's awake. Then she goes to sleep. She's in agony. And my son ain't waked since the attack. Please, we must hurry or they'll be eaten. Or worse.
Yeah, I think this
Thank you. Thank you.
this is a trap.
Yeah, this way. This way.
I mean, come on, that was obvious. That's cool.
Refugees, looks like. And after that strike, There'll only be more at the gates.
Another refugee? Just a moment. Allowing anyone into Matriarch's Mercy unprocessed will upset the precarious ratio of refugees to aid. We should have an opportunity for placement in approximately 7.85 days, presuming no unforeseen alterations. Ah, I seem to recollect one matching your description set for arrival. Pardon my slowing your ingress. It has been rather hectic of late. Welcome to Matriarch's Mercy. Rule number 1, no crowding. Rule number 2, avoid the exclusion zone. Our seer has predicted non-specific imminent danger. I thought the name was self-explanatory. Our seer predicted that a corner of the encampment is in terrible danger. Danger from what? Or when? Unclear. Stay away from it, and, in all probability, you won't have to find out. Our predictions spring from the universal equation, the very numbers that guide the stars.
Oh my God.
Only a fool ignores probability, and we don't suffer fools around these parts. Safety and probability are incompatible. Eventually, nowhere will be safe, including here. Not at present, but according to our predictions, the creation of a third rule is likely, if not inevitable. That's enough questions. Keep the line moving. You need anything, talk to Seer Wiley. He's in the lift building, straight through the settlement.
I remember this place before the war. Functioning tramiculars. Peaceful silence in the pyramids.
I can't recall the last time this region was settled.
How long are we meant to stay here?
Ask the order. I'm not in the production business.
Neighbors, while you shelter in Matriarch's Mercy, heed the teachings of the Order.
By the law. It's you.
You're right. The universe does not orient. Ah, you must be the, Earth Directorate agent I was told to expect. Your punctuality is commendable. Allow me to welcome you to Golden Ridge. I'm afraid I've no refreshments available, but can I interest you in a customary debate over decidability? In the future, a simple no will suffice. The presiding bishop sent word of your imminent arrival. However, pursuant to our normal standards of compartmentalization, she was scant on the details of your mission. That said, I've been instructed to assist you however I can. So, tell me, what brings you to Golden Ridge? DeVries. Now, why does that name ring familiar? Landon, do you recall the DeVries?
I don't generally concern myself with passers through. If this DeVries was not a member of the Order, then it's unlikely we ever exchanged mats. Victor Clemens, some kind of radical. What an absurd notion.
I must agree with my seer. I once watched Victor shed copious tears over a damaged datapad. It's difficult to imagine him capable of worse. And that may well be true. But our standard of proof within the Order is not normally met by hearsay alone. Victor's currently supervising highly experimental research at one of our labs to the northwest, the Enray Range, beyond the invaders' front lines. Unfortunately, you'll need to go through the decommissioned autonomous extractorium to reach it. That path is less than safe, so I advise caution. Besides the highly caustic Serenium River and the Mantisaurs, we've also received reports of mad cultists in the area. It does make me wonder why Victor decided to stay.
Fascinating. Your fear response must be suffering from some impairment. Likely the result of a traumatic brain injury. I'd have to open you up to be sure.
A generous offer, my friend, but I don't think the agent is interested in exploratory surgeries at the moment. Loath as I am to admit it, there may be some merit to your worries over a conspiracy within the Order, whether Victor is involved or not. As my predecessor would remind me, denying unpleasant facts is not good science. I would be remiss if I failed to support an investigation. No doubt you heard of the recent attack launched on that Anti's Choice base, Outpost Opportunity. It came from one of our facilities, the Zeranium Manufactory. But that facility is intended for research, not military action. I hate thinking an Order member responsible, but given the precision of the attack, it does suggest traitors in our midst. It would undoubtedly benefit both of us to root them out.
Respectfully, Scholar, given current tensions, should we really be trusting such a delicate task to this stranger? Would an internal review of our ranks not be more appropriate? Choosing levity at a moment like this is only further evidence of your lack of good judgment.
Oh, shut up.
I don't dispute the need for discretion, my friend. But the presiding bishop made the determination to send the agent to us. It's best we trust her calculations. Moreover, our situation is growing increasingly dire. I can't overstate my fears concerning this most recent attack ending the ceasefire and reigniting the war in Golden Ridge. One more thing. Your investigation into the traitors takes precedence. But if you could also render aid at Outpost Opportunity on our behalf, such a gesture might preserve the peace. Most assuredly not. It would eliminate the entire point of the ceasefire. Well, please convey that fact to whomever you speak with.
And here I was under the impression that investigating crime and injustice was primarily what Earth Directorate agents do.
He's got us there, Commander.
At any rate, I trust whatever's uncovered over the course of this investigation will serve as compensation enough. I knew I could rely upon you. Ruth wouldn't have sent you otherwise. Here, take this writ of investigative inquiry. It'll grant you access to the manufactory. Seer Wiley and I will conduct our own inquest into these traitors you've mentioned erstwhile. We can compare notes once you've returned with your findings.
Alright, so where am I going? So I gotta go there.
We need to help the folk at Opportunity, Commander. Boy, the act. He's more concerned with exonerating his own than with making things
We
right.
can predict the future, control reality, and ascend to a state of virtual godhood.
Algorithmic dissonance?
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to heaven?
I found something that I don't need to be at until later.
Malfunction, laboratory mishap, and/or miscellaneous unspeakable dangers.
Convenient time.
Hello? Someone there? Yes? Is the missive not playing, or was it garbled in some way? Are you somehow struggling with coherence? If so, to be clear, Zerania Manufactory 7 presently and for an indeterminate time is in lockdown. That means no external transmissions, no visitors. Wait, you have a writ? From the abbot? We don't have any means of... yes, they said they have a... yes, sir. This is Factor Mayton. Am I to understand you have orders from the abbot? Quite convenient for you. I have no way of verifying without allowing you entry. Very well. Come inside and we'll see the sword. Building on the left.
Damn straight you let me in, motherfuckers, or I'll kill you.
Yes, right over here. You're not getting down below until you... So, the abbot deigned to send someone whilst we're contending with all manner of emergencies, did he? Wait, is that an Auntie's Choice enhanced soldier with you? Oh, I see what this is. Stay back. We have no desire to escalate things further. Don't do something you'll regret.
We want answers, not a fight. And if indeed there's any retribution to be had, It won't be by my hand. Tell him, Commander.
Surely. Far be it from me to question the irreproachable prudence of an enigmatic caller. Sometimes I cannot fathom what goes through the abbot's mind, but your papers do seem to be legitimate. I will unlock the elevator so you can speak with Proctor Svoboda below. I'll send word you're en route, but fair warning, I cannot predict what reception you will receive. I expect your behavior will remain impeccable. As soon as I've seen to securing the facility, I'll be along straight away. The recent attack may have originated from this facility, but I assure you it was not at our hand. We have no desire to resume open warfare with Auntie's choice. One of our transport pods, filled with Zeranium, was diverted toward, or more specifically at, their location. Though functionally correct, I assure you. The transport pods are fired into space, where they are collected for redistribution. To date, no one has ever misused them for this purpose, despite the explosive nature of the material. Fortunately, we have potentially identified the culprit, and we have managed to corner the apparent perpetrator down below, which would be a good thing if they had not, somehow seized control of the manufactory operations. Our suspect, one Initiate Alva, previously supervised launch controls. Though steadfastly maintaining her innocence, she has also barricaded herself in the operations control room below. A move not likely to allay anyone's suspicions. An understandable perspective. I fear I must concur. I admit I'm to a reasonable degree pleased you are on hand to corroborate current suppositions. May your query yield favorable results.
I want you to let me take things.
Evidently originated here. Transport pod full of Zeranium. New outpost opportunity to knock the tinges and fringes. Has it been classified as an accident?
Initiate Alpha, stand down. Relinquish control of this facility immediately. Oh, my dear Proctor, you can't believe a low-level drudge like me is responsible for any of this. You'd have us all believe you seized control to demonstrate your innocence. Wait, is this being broadcast? I have no idea how this audio doodad works. You're the one in charge here, Proctor Svoboda. Are you sure you didn't do something? I demand your unconditional surrender at once. Hello, Proctor? I'm pushing buttons over here now. Did I disconnect you somehow? Of course. Next on my list of lowest probability events, strangers sent by the Abbot, gallivanting about amidst a lockdown. If we'd been able to communicate beyond our walls, might have saved you a trip. As I can successfully report, we have identified the responsible party. No, I wouldn't frame it quite like that, of course. It's less what happened than who happened. Initiate Alva, that is. A low-level subordinate, assigned here years ago. Her role was to launch transport pods of volatile Zeranium to collection points in space. Not at the outposts of our rivals. Those poor, short-sighted commercialists. A spy or turncoat, no doubt. A sleeper agent from one of those secret enemy programs you're always hearing about. But But I haven't even told you the worst part. How Alva took control. The subsequent, albeit strangely indirect, obloquy and vituperation. The lives lost. Whatever for. We've already established her guilt. Failed to see the use, frankly. I suppose some limited nosing about before dispatching her wouldn't hurt. Presuming she doesn't kill us all in the meantime. I'll be in my office. Let me know once she's no longer a problem.
Alright, I think I'm going to take a break. And with that, end this. Don't know if I'm going to return with it. I don't know. Kind of like to not to wear my headset, so. Anyway, if anybody's watching, thanks. Bye.